when we read, who will die, who will live, and it says, who will complete his year, right? And Phil, we know that God loved him very much because he did well, and he was fruitful in old age. He was 95, still active until probably the last year. And not only that, he completed the full year before Rosh Hashanah. That means a lot, actually. That he, up until the last minute, God allotted him that year. And of course, we miss Phil terribly. And is Elaine on? And Phil was a Kohen, and both his parents were Kohanim. And he was this Kohen that embodied the work of the temple, because the work of the temple, the essential work of the temple by the Kohanim, were the Tmidim, that those constant offering in the morning and the afternoon, those of you could rely on that routine, that they will be there. And he was that. He was always there. He was quiet. He just did his work, and he was the backbone of this synagogue for so many years. And as a Kohen that served in the temple, he was like the Ark of the Covenant, covered with gold. He was a man, Phil Goldman was a man of gold, covered like the Ark of the Covenant, covered with gold from inside out. His memory be for a blessing, and we miss him. We begin on page 569. Please rise.
Adonai ma'ata v'teda'ehu ben anosh v'techashvehu Adam lahavel dama yamav ketzel over limenot yameinu kein hodah V'navi levav chachma Hodeh Adonai nefesh avadav V'lo yeshmu kol hachosim bo.
Let's read in English what we just read in Hebrew. Lord, what are we humans that you have regard for us, mere mortals that you take account of us? We are like breath, our days are like a fleeting shadow. Teach us to number our days, that we may attain a heart of wisdom. The Lord redeems the life of God's servants, and those who trust in God shall not feel forsaken.
Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid ki mimini ba'emot lachain samach libi v'yahakel kivoti af bisari shkon labetav.
I have set the Lord before me always. God is at my right hand. I shall not fail. Therefore my heart rejoices, my whole being exults, and my body rests secure. Page 572. Let's read this beautiful page. We remember them. At the rising of the sun and at its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the shining of the sun and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and at its end, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live. For they are now part of us as we remember them. When we are weary and losing strength, we remember them. When we are lost, sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joy we crave to share, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live. They are now a part of us as we remember them. Page 573. Please take a few moments to contemplate on the appropriate paragraphs. And we will pick up on page 575. We pick up on page 574, actually the bottom paragraph. May God remember the souls of my relatives and friends who have gone to the eternal. I'm sorry, no, this is not in the middle of page 575. May God remember the souls of our martyrs and gave their lives for the sanctification of God's name, for the preservation of our people, and for the redemption and protection of the Holy Land. May their heroism and sacrificial devotion be reflected in our thoughts and deeds. May their soul be bound up in the bond of life, and their memories abide upon us as a source of blessing. Amen. And we'll say the El Maleh Rachamim on top of page 576.
El Maleh Rachamim Shochein B'Meromim Hametzei Menucha Nechoma Tachat Kanfei HaShechina B'Malot Kedoshim U'Techorim Kezohar Haraki Amasirim Et Nishmot Kol Eile Shehizkarnu Hayom D'Bracha Ana Bal Rachamim Tastirei B'Seiter Krafeha Le'olamim B'Titzror HaChaim Et Nishmoteihem Ve'anuchu al mishkabotam b'shalom Ve'nomar Amen.
I want to, before we read this paragraph in English, I want to read the list of people that passed away in our community this year. Didn't eat breakfast today. Bill Priest, Vivian Haber Richmond, Muriel Richmond, Rabbi Elliot Spar, Irma Strimban, Rosalind Zimmerman, Scott DeMel, Dr. Peter Smith and Dr. Patricia O'Neill, Lauren Simon, Jesus Tayuka Flores. That's not Jesus Tayuka, our member, that's his father. Pinchas Ben Asher, Gloria Waxler, Shirley Gabriner, Paula Shango, Pamela Berman, and Philip Goldman. May their memory be for a blessing. Let's read the paragraph in English under the El Maleh. Merciful God, high in our hearts, grant perfect peace to the souls of our dearly beloved who have gone to their eternal rest. Shelter them in your divine presence among the holy and pure, whose radiance is like the brightness of the firmament. May their memories inspire us to live justly and kindly. May their souls be at peace, and may they be bound up in the bond of life. And let us say, Amen. Psalm 23, on page 577. We can read it together before I chant it in Hebrew. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me lie down in green pastures. That lead me beside the still waters. God revives my spirit and guides me in paths of righteousness for the sake of God's name. Though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and kindness shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Yizkor Adonai Elohecha B'ino desheya b'tzeini al memenuchot enaleni Nafshi eshober Yancheni b'maglei tzedek למען שמו גם כי אלך בגיא צל מוות לא אירא כי אתה עמדי שבטך ומשענתך ינעמוני תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צורריי נשענת בשמן ראשי וסירי אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי ושבתי בבית אדוני Conclude with the Mourner's Kaddish on page 578. Yitgadal v'yitkadosh shemei Ra'ah Ve'almad yidrak yirtzei Yerlich malchutei V'chayechon v'yomechon Chayeh l'chol Beit Yisrael V'ha'ala v'zman karev v'imru Amen V'hei shmei Ra'ah mevorach V'olam v'yomenu mayah יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתפאר שמי קדושה בריחו לעילה לעילה מכל ברכתה ושבתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן יהי שלום מאמין שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו shalom, shalom aleinu ve'ale kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'ale kol Yisrael. Ve'yimru amen. Thank you, and we'll see you later.
Join us after the break fast after the 7:30 service. After the 7:30 service,